Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, almost live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm LBJ, and you're listening to The Heartfelt Truth. Welcome. Let me start off by saying, as I always do, that I hope my voice finds you in good health, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Not necessarily in that order, but all equally important to help us through this thing we call life. And when you leave this podcast, if you didn't get anything from it, well, you probably weren't listening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm LBJ. You're listening to The Heartfelt Truth, and welcome again. Without repeating myself, thank you for stopping in for a few minutes, and let's jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't put anything out in a little bit of while, and I'll explain that to you. I mean, nothing's wrong. Everything is fine. As I listen to myself here right now, please forgive me. I don't know what's going on. It's a really nasty day out today. And I always tease myself as, I don't like myself to be a weatherman, but I am kind of a fan of weather, because it does kind of dictate your day. It does dictate your mood and the things that you have planned and things that you don't do. You kind of sleep in, you just get a little extra bedtime when you kind of, the rain is hitting the window and you're sitting there and it's like a little popcorn on the windowsill and you're like, I get a couple extra minutes. And the other thing too is I've noticed the older you get, you realize, and for you young people here, I want to give you a little insight on what you have to look forward to. You get a little crick in your back, your arms, you're like, where did that come from? I didn't do anything. It's the weather. My grandmother used to tease me all the time and tell me, she goes, I got a pain in my hip. It's going to rain tomorrow. I'm like, what? Lo and behold, it started raining the next day. So I kind of, some of that old school stuff, I kind of, I listened to and I paid attention to. I was raised and had the pleasure of having some old school family members, and I kind of miss them. I was watching a TV show, and one of my favorites, I'm not going to go into it. Everybody has their opinion, but, it's... I think it's on Peacock or something. And I'm not a big TV guy, but I fell on this show, and I'm going to put it out there. Chrisley Knows Best is about the father, his wife, and the kids, and his mother, and everything. Now, whether you're a fan about the show or you don't like it, that's fine. No judgment here. But I find it interesting that, the kids are a little kooky and family situations. And as I say all the time, family's important. Family is very important. So I get a kick out of that. But one of the draws for me on the show is I pay attention to the guy's mother. And she's definitely a character. She's old school Southern girl, and everything. And I just kind of, I watch her and I miss some of the elders in my family. And it's really nice. It was nice to have them around and listen to their take on certain things. And they would kind of give you advice on, what you should and shouldn't do when they were growing up. And of course, they always had the hardest life. And you were sitting there and you're like, but what are you talking about? We don't have that problem. Yeah, well, I made the way for you. And it's kind of fun. So I get a kick out of watching that show. And it leads into the fact that, this weekend I spent a little time with my wife's family, as we always do. And it's always a pleasure to get around them and see them. And it's nice and fun to see the kids, how they're growing up so quick. And you remember when yours were little and now they're older, young men and women, and see the little ones coming up behind. It's a lot of fun. So I get a kick out of it. So now moving forward is, my brother-in-law has a dog. And her name is Ivy, which is pretty cool dog. But the funny thing is, my mother-in-law, everybody has a dog, so I was talking about mine. And listen, my guy, I got to introduce you to my guy. His name is Jax. And we got him as a pup. He was only like, a few weeks old. So we've had him since he's a baby. He's not quite a year yet, so he's still in that puppy stage. I get accused of being a little too hard on him because I'm the alpha male in the family. And my mother-in-law, and I said I would mention her, my mother-in-law, Claire, she said, why don't you, introduce the world to Jax? And I was like, not a bad idea. So, she said, yeah, you could do a podcast on Jax. And I said, all right, just for that, I'm gonna make sure I mention your name on the show. And I did. So she said to introduce her. Jax is a little kooky. He is definitely an addition to the family. I don't know if any of you guys just picked up a new dog and, family member, because that's what they become. They become family members. And it's like your kids. I'm not going to lie to you. I've had a few dogs in my day, and this guy he's just giving me a run for my money. It's been such a long time. And just for the record, I'm not his favorite. I am not his favorite, but he's definitely an addition to the family. And then they do have those little puppy eyes. When they do something wrong, or you look at them and they just kind of stare at you. And I say to myself, I wonder what he's thinking about. And then you turn around and you give him a treat. So but I try to train him, and he's coming along. He does his business outside. We had a little safety net for him inside the house, a couple pads and everything. But that was it. I know somebody's out there saying, all right, LBJ, it's great. You haven't done anything in a long time. What are we talking about? Well, no, this is just, listen, it's a rainy day, and I just felt like getting on here to let you guys know that all is well. I'm still here. It's just that I haven't put anything out, and I was kind of, I don't like really just putting anything out just to put it out. I like to, share my feelings, my thoughts, my beliefs, my goals. I mean, they have not changed, people. They have not changed. I mean, what's going on is the world and around us is ever changing, and we have to try to keep up with it. And that's, that's the interesting and challenging part. We're still inside of a pandemic. There are still things that we can't do that we consider to be normal. And at a point right now, if I could change the channel real quick, is that all those things, the sporting events, the things that I love, which is theater, going to Broadway, is all shut down. So we've changed our lifestyle. I know you guys are probably saying, okay, here we go. Everybody's talking about the pandemic, but it's serious business. This is life changing. It's amazing. And I'm going to put myself on the carpet here right now. I know. I go to the store, I go out, I take the dog, I walk to the park, the whole deal. And, you have your mask on, you run into, so I am forgetting I have to run back to my car like 5 times a day because I forget my mask. Now, okay, yeah, truth be told, wherever I go, I have my mask. I put my mask on. All right, because I want to be, part of the solution, not part of the problem. But it's starting to wear on people. And the big thing right now, too, is the kids going back to school. There's the whole thing about vaccinations. So there's a lot going on here. So I hope and pray that, we can get to a better place and we can kind of get back to some sense of normalcy. I will tell you this is my personal prediction. We still, a lot of places still don't have indoor dining. Things will get, this outdoor dining, which is nice. This time of year, it's nice, outdoor dining. Wait till the weather changes in the Northeast. See what happens then. But what I am saying is that things will get better. But I got to share with you, I'm getting tired of the mask. It's just I don't know. But if it's more important, if you get tired of this mask, I'm sure you get tired of wearing the ventilator. So just keep the mask on. But yeah, that's about it. So everybody, please stay safe and keep those masks on. I know people don't want it. Nobody wants to be told what to do. Even from society, from your relationship. Someone says, yeah, go do this. You're like, whoa, time out. Nobody likes to be told what to do. Look at your kids. They don't like to be told what to do, but they don't have a choice. And at this point right now, neither do we. We really don't have a choice. All right, so moving forward, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really, really kind of waiting to get back on track. You know the deal. All my stuff is about motivation, education, empowerment of yourself. and the things that you want to do with your life. You know, the funny thing is, here's a dilemma that I have. I do a lot of reading of books. I do a lot of, I watch, videos. I watch talk shows. I watch all these prominent, powerful, intellectual people who are always constantly trying to, lead you in a direction of, empowerment and going after your passion and stuff like that. And I come from the school where I believe that all those things are true. All those things are good. But at the end of the day, it comes down to one basic principle. The man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror. When you go to the bathroom and you're brushing your teeth, you're washing your face, you're putting your eyeliner on, whatever it is that you're doing, look at the other person in that mirror. That's the person you got to depend on. That's the person that's going to make the changes in your life. That's the person that's going to kind of help you get to where you want to go. Now, I'm not saying about education. I'm not saying about being guided. I'm not saying about mentoring, all those things, being coached. But at the end of the day, there's an old school adage. It's time and time again. You find that even with my new family member here, Jax. You can bring a horse to the water. You can teach him what the water is, but it's up to him to drink it. Keep that in mind. So, you've heard me say in the past, there's things that, dreams deferred and going after your passion. And we all have a passion, just like we all have a story. We've all been through something, and I venture and I pray that, it was nothing that was traumatic and, hurtful and some of them can be. We've all had, some of us have suffered losses of loved ones and friends. But, you have to stay steadfast and keep moving forward, because that's what this thing is all about. So in turn of what I'm trying to get to is following that passion, finding that dream or that goal that you want to go after. I'm going to tell you this, people, and it's not even mine, but listen, not everybody, but a lot of people want to be famous. A lot of people want to be successful. A lot of people don't want to put the work in. And my key component that I tell people right now, I know it sounds a little cliche or whatever, the fact of the matter is things take time. It's patience, period. You can't put together a cake, and I come up with these weird analogies, but when you bake a cake and you make your favorite flavor, your frosting and all that, and it takes time. You can't just throw it in the oven and pull it out in 5 minutes. My new passion right now, real quick, and I'll share with you just a little sidebar. I'm addicted now to quiche. I make my own quiche. Yes, the only thing I don't do is I don't make the homemade crust. I haven't got that good yet, but I get a pie crust and I make all the ingredients. And I'm telling you, these quiche are fantastic. I'm patting myself on the back. But my point is, what I'm trying to get to is what? Things take time. So anything, all your goals, your plans, your dreams, your relationships, your children, things take time and patience. Took me a long time to figure that out. I was always a speed demon. I was always like zoom, 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 get everything done. Zoom, zoom, zoom. It takes time. It takes patience. I'll share a quick story with you. When I was in the military, and I have a lot of military stories I haven't really got to. One day, I'm going to deviate off that, and I'll give you my whole experience when I was in the Middle East for a year. I can give you a lot of fun stories. But anyway, I was separating from the military, and at that time, what I decided to before I came back home is I started working for the city, and I was doing a few things, and then I started working for the forestry department. And, it was great. You're planting trees and shrubs and this and that. And I was like, wow, this is cool, man. I mean, I even do it now in my backyard. I got my own little herb garden going. So, but what happened was, where I come from, it's time to go. We're leaving. We're knocking off at 4:00. So by 3:30, 3:45, now I turned it into high gear because we didn't finish doing. And one of the older gentlemen comes over to me and he called me by my name and he goes, "Hey, LB, what are you doing?" I said, "Come on, we got to get this done." We get out at 4:00. He said, "Whoa, slow down, son. Patience. Take your time. If we don't get it done today, We'll get back to it tomorrow. And I've never forgotten that. My little house projects, things I do around the house, assignments, anything. Take your time, patience. And then at the end of it all, when you come back to it and you look and you say, that's done. It's a good job. It's a great quiche. Okay, let me just, I'm actually on my second cup. I haven't said it in a while, but yeah, I'm a 2-cup guy. So, but anyway, so listen, I've been itching to do this, ladies and gentlemen, before I let you go. I started my podcast a while ago. It's going on a couple years now, actually. And I got this book from my mother, which I still hold on to this day. And we're not going to go into all that because when I start talking about, one of my favorite people in life, it kind of brings a little soft spot to me. But anyway, I have this book, and it is so interesting for you first-time people here and around the world, jumping in on LBJ. Just listen, check me out. Again, I shameless plug. I have the Facebook, I got the Instagram, I got the Twitter. When you guys, if you're listening to this, you can also check me out on iHeartRadio. But my mother gave me this book. It's the complete little instruction book, and it's life's instructions. And I'm just going to give you a few things. If you get a chance, pick it up. As I was reading, I had to explain to people, no, she didn't write it. But, I went to look it up, Life's Little Instruction Book, and it makes sense. Some things just make sense. And let me show you something. Hold on. So it's one of those books where you can just turn to any page. I mean, if you can see me right now, I'm holding it in my right hand. It is closed. So I just grab any page and I open the book up, and there has these little words of wisdom for you in your life. And look at this one here. 8:17. Be gentle with the earth. Now, how many times have we heard that? It's in this little book. And I go back over here, and I'm going to go back to 8:14. Never eat liver at a restaurant. Some things should be done only in the privacy of one's home. I can remember as a kid eating liver. How crazy is that? So, and then you move on. I'm just give you another one here. This 9:14. Learn the rules, then break some. It's interesting, right? Because in order to, to move forward in progress, sometimes you got to break a few rules. Not to hurt anybody, but yeah, you got to break them. 9:17. No matter how old you get, hug and kiss your mother whenever you greet her. That's it. I'm closing the book. I'm done. Do you get my point? Come on. It's amazing how this thing is life. Oh, my God. It's so amazing. But anyway, listen, ladies and gentlemen, please, thank you for allowing me to come into your life for the last few minutes. Like I said, I haven't put anything in a while. I got a program I've been putting together. I got some projects that we want to share. I got some action steps. I got some maybe some exercises that we can do together, all right, to help each other move forward and grow. That's my main goal with this podcast. I'm not sitting here. I'm definitely not trying to make money. I'm not trying to sell you anything. All those kinds of issues or programs and stuff. What I want to do is just down-earth conversation where we can sit here together and share and get to know each other. And I will definitely keep sharing with me. I mean, I have my military stories. I have my last career story. Oh, by the way, real quick, just to let you know, I will be transitioning from my last occupation, which I will share once I'm officially done. And that's going to be interesting for all you fine people here and around the world to listen to. So without further ado, we're gonna move forward, and I'm gonna let you fine people go. But listen, thank you. And as I always say, take care of yourself. Take care of your families, because family is important. And if you see somebody that needs a helping hand, stick yours out if you can and try to help them. I believe this one act really, really will make the world a better place. And it's going to be one of those things that help you on your journey to becoming the best person that you were meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm LBJ. You're there, and I'm here. And you've been listening to the Heartfelt Truth. Thank you. and we'll talk again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm LBJ, and you have been listening to The Heartfelt Truth. If you have any comments, any feedback, please reach out to me at lbjtheheartfelttruth@gmail.com. Don't forget to check me out on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And yes, a little shameless plug, check me out also on my Patreon account. If you want to become a member or you want to become part of the show, LBJ, The Heartfelt Truth on Patreon. And as I always say, with just another way of looking at things, we'll talk again.